I'm at this new under the bridge spot in New York City, and it's unclear if this is actually a skate park. It's this big open space under a busy bridge that's clearly undergone a ton of development. There's a lot of greenery, there's fresh pavement, and there's all these brand new ledges and skate spots. The interesting question becomes, does this count as a street spot? The prime example of this is when you're filming your street part. Traditionally speaking, all of your clips are supposed to be in the streets. So places like this that are kind of half designed for skateboarding are really, really interesting. So I actually think this is some masterful city planning and a really smart use of public space. It's like people working for the city and urban development are actually aware of this nuance of skateboarding where we want to skate street spots. So they've built spots like this where you can feel like you're skating street. But I just came back from my Copenhagen trip where all scattered throughout the city, there were these ambiguous spots where we're like, is this made for skateboarding? Is it a street spot? And I really do think it's this genius implementation by city planners that actually embraces skateboarding culture and integrates street spots into the city. So I actually came to this spot when it was brand new under construction. We had to hop the fence. I ollied the stairs, I 50-50 the handrail, put it in my part, and now seeing the total picture, it's clear that this was made for skateboarding, but it does still feel like it counts as a street spot to me. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Does this count as a street spot? And now let's have a little bit of a session. We're skating now.
Oh no, you got that. That looks good.
Right to the front guy. All right, we just pulled up. We got the bank ramp here across the street, and they even got tables here. Kind of like tripping as to like who the hell would end up here besides skateboarders. We're like in the middle of nowhere.
So we're in like the industrial district or something, and it just always smells like sewage. As you can see, George doesn't love it. Jagger Eden, is that you? Woo.
Not good.
Yeah, I was telling them that we're like, the industrial district just has this musky, gross smell that just...
It's like wafting sense of ass.
And like just sewage, just straight sewage. Well, are we taking that one?
Yeah, fuck it. And then you can skate directly down this path, which takes you right to what is definitively a skate park. It's even labeled as a skate park. It is Sarge's skate park. Now, one interesting thing that I do notice more and more in New York City skate parks is right adjacent to the skate park, you will have those ambiguous spots. Right here next to Sarge's, we have these perfect uncapped ledges, and I think most people would elect not to actually film street clips here just because you can see the skate park in the background. So intentional street spots next to skate parks, not as cool. My one recommendation, like I said, would be integrate them into the city. Don't throw them under bridges and shit, yo. Like, we're a part of this life too.
It's about to violate my form, but it works. Nope, that's not. But I don't know. Come on.
Woo! Damn. Yo.
I've like never done that.
Okay, my final thoughts before I die of heat stroke. Skate parks are really fun, like always have a good time at the skate parks, but I also appreciate the fake park. And maybe they're less fake skate parks and more like skateboarding being actually like integrated into the city. It's just kind of a different model to include skateboarding. Instead of these separate skate parks, it's kind of these mixed use places that you could skate in or do other things in. I like it. It makes me feel accepted into the city as a skateboarder. I had a question for you, Tal. The under the bridge spot,
yeah.
How do you feel about street flips there? Do you think it counts?
I mean, it's tough because, you know, you can bring like DIY parks into the same conversation. Like I feel like that spot is sort of in par with DIY.
Right.
But like, I don't know, at the same time, like you wouldn't see someone putting a clip at Tompkins at the street in a street park, you know? And especially with this spot under the bridge, I can't tell if it's like made for skateboarders or not. The ledge is definitely like, they have a real like the ledge is like the quarter pipe sort of material. And it really looks like it's made for skateboarders, but not also like, but like I don't know. I got a clip on that handrail a while back, and I think like depends what you're skating, but
I think you're demonstrating how like ambiguous it is. It's like sometimes when you're deciding whether a spot counts as street, it's like really this ambiguous line. Especially as cities build more things like that. Like I was telling the camera about how Copenhagen is filled with stuff where like you can't tell if you should put it in the street park because it's like in the streets, but it's kind of made for skating too. It's interesting. Final thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's gotta be just, I mean, if you're hyped on the clip at the end of the day, like, you know, use it, I say, but no, and I think you could call that spot street.
Right.
Until they really like put some stuff in, like it's like, okay, this is actually starting to feel like a skate park.
Right, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
Skating on that smooth skate park cement of Sargent Skate Park, man, it's a wonderful feeling. Scooched 2 or 3 back tails, yo, that's progress for me. You guys know I've been working on those back tails for a long time. Tal made progress too on the quarter pipe, and I'm out of breath, man. Summer is still beaming down in New York City, so I think we're gonna call it for this session. Interesting discussion today. Let me know what you think about that fake skate park conversation in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, and I will catch you in about a week.